Hi everyone, welcome back to another speed build. My name is Marian, and it's been a little bit referring to like a whole year since I last built something in The Sims, which is kind of crazy considering how much of my life I poured into this game to get better at building and to just make builds for fun. And then I just completely ghosted it for a year, which was kind of wild, but was fun. I started playing other games. I started playing a lot of Valorant and Stardew Valley and other games I've been wanting to try. So it wasn't a year completely wasted away from The Sims. But recently I just felt the need, not the need, that sounds a bit obsessive, but I felt the desire to come back to the game. I just miss building and then just seeing other people build all these amazing things. And also the For Rent expansion pack, just all of the content that I missed, all the updates I missed, it drew me back into the game, and I've been binge watching speed builds and catching up on all of the build buy that's been added to the game, and it's been a lot of fun to kind of just get filled back into The Sims 4 and this game that I love and I poured so much time into. But yeah, I decided to just start easy and not go on with a full build, but just start off with a shell, which was actually created by Mr. Olkan. He's an amazing Sims builder on YouTube, and he recently made this apartment building, and he posted the shells of 2 of the apartment units. So I decided to just go ahead and make my first build in a year, a shell challenge basically, and I decided to go for an apartment with a modern industrial twist. And as you can see right now, I'm using this swatch of curtain that I've never used in my entire life, but this curtain kind of solidified the color scheme that I went with, which was a very deep golden yellow combined with warm wood tones and a lot of black to contrast with that. And I have never used that current swatch in my life, and that's still true because even though I took the color scheme from it, I ended up changing it. But I actually really loved how this whole apartment turned out. I was kind of nervous that I would be completely rusty and I wouldn't even have a good build at the end of it. And although I was still rusty, like 30 minutes into building, my hand just started cramping up so bad. I could not remember any of the swatches of anything that exists in the game. It was kind of a struggle. It'll take some time to come back into it, but I'm excited. It's also been really interesting because I've been listening to the voiceovers of some of my last videos that I posted, and one of the videos in particular, I think it was the Plant Lovers Loft or something like that. And it was from a year ago, and I'm talking about how excited I am to start my new job, which was kind of crazy to think about because this job over the past year has really been a journey. So just hear me from a year ago be so excited for it, and talking about reading the Hunger Games prequel, and then now my timeline is just filled with Hunger Game prequel memes and posts, which I haven't watched yet. I think I'm gonna watch it this weekend. I need to watch it in theaters for sure. I think I'd be pretty devastated if I missed the opportunity to watch it in theaters. I'm a very big Hunger Games nerd, so the thought of missing that experience in theaters would make me really sad. So that's one of my goals over the next month before it's removed from the movie theaters. But yeah, it's just been crazy to reflect on the past year, and it's been nice to come back. I was also kind of worried that some of my friends in the Sims community might have been gone or also on a hiatus, like I went on for a year on accident. But a lot of them are still really active, and a lot of them are still creating amazing builds as they always have. And it's just really fun. I mean, I probably said that 1,000 times already in this video, but I don't care. Like, I'm just really enjoying this era of coming back to Sims and speed building. And I'm not talking about the build at all, but I'm gonna start that right now because I really like how this apartment turned out, and I'm trying to get better at exploring new styles while also incorporating my own preferences. Although I will say this is my first build pack, so I'm gonna give myself a little leeway because a lot of this apartment is purely just my taste, like the brick walls, the warm wood tones, maybe a little more plants than the average person would have, and I'm okay with that. One of the things I'm looking forward to as well is getting some of the new packs that have been released over the past year, which are quite a few, but I really have my eye on For Rent, of course. Just seeing an entire pack dedicated to Southeast Asian culture and influences and architecture. It's just so amazing to see, and I'm so excited to build with it. Island Living had a good bit of items that reminded me of home. My family is from the Philippines, so a lot of Island Living spoke to me, but just now that we have Island Living and For Rent, it's just gonna be so perfect, and I can't wait to get that one. I also have my eye on Growing Together. I feel like that one's just gonna be an essential pack to have for both gameplay and building, and I really like the combination of styles. Like the traditional style items are really pretty, and also the more contemporary items are really great. And I feel like there's a lot of lifestyle build items that have been added that will just add a really nice realistic detail to all of my builds. So that one's on the list. And I'm also looking at Home Chef Hustle. I'm not sure if I'm completely sold on that. I think I'm only tempted to get it because I've been baking a lot recently. And then really what surprised me was that there are multiple kits that caught my eye. Book Nook is probably the number one on my list for kits that I want. The bookcases, the cozy blankets and pillows on the couches look really nice. And the second on my list is Modern Luxe kit. And honestly, there's a few pieces that are really pretty. It's not my favorite, but I honestly think I'm just gonna buy it for the pillow. I can't lie. The pillow is calling my name. And here's the bathroom. I kept it pretty simple, still tying in those modern industrial elements. And I really loved the swatch of the shower tub combo. I feel like the white tile with the black contrast really fit nicely. Hello, this is Marion from the future. I completely forgot to record the voiceover for this part of the build. So this is the restroom. I tried to keep it pretty sleek, but still continue the same color scheme. So we have the contrast with the black and the white and the pop of color from the golden yellow. I really liked how this one turned out. I'm just adding some details, this base game rug, and I love all of the base game updates that they added with all of the new swatches. I'm also adding these blinds from My First Pet Stuff, which I'm really happy to have. I just got My First Pet Stuff from the free download that they had recently, so that was really nice to use. They're very simple and very versatile. And now I'm just replacing the towel rack, and that's about it. And back to past Marion's voiceover. I do want to focus on this room that I'm working on right now. So I was trying to find something earlier in the build to fit in the living room to fill up some space. And during that process, I pulled out this DJ booth and it didn't fit in the living room, so I ended up not using it in that space. But then it gave me the idea to make this sim a DJ, and not only like a club DJ, but also a DJ that live streams their mixes. I think that's a really cool niche, and I've been watching a lot of that while I work. Like there's a lot of YouTube channels dedicated to DJs just live mixing with different vinyls and posting that mix to YouTube. I found a lot of great music through that, and I thought it would be cool to bring that into The Sims. So he has his DJ setup, and then I kind of wanted to make a fun backdrop. So there's a neon sign, this Daft Punk poster, and then also the tripod setup for filming it. And I just thought it was a fun idea. I could have made this a second bedroom, but I thought I would just go for something interesting to really make a theme off of. I end up adding this bread box from Parenthood and adding the soap dispenser and paper towel by the sink. I felt like something was missing in this corner, so I ended up adding this very modern hanging light. And now we're moving on to the hallway. I wanted to just make sure there's a little table for storage and also to just throw your keys on whenever you come in the house. So I have this modern console table from Ego Lifestyle, adding this really nice lamp from Get Famous, and also this really pretty mirror from Dream Home Decorator. I'm just adding a few more pieces, scooting everything to the right, and I think I'm gonna add the mail holder from Everyday Clutter. But yeah, we're reaching the end of the video, so if you liked it, leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you want. And I just appreciate y'all for being here, and I hope to see y'all at the next one. Bye y'all!